Hi everyone, this is Anastasia doing my weekly check-in and offering you some energy vibrational healing medicine. So I'll start with my little check-in. I didn't share very much last time, but feeling like I want to share a little bit more about what's been going on with me, and maybe there'll be some folks out there that can relate to this. So I had a fall. I fell and hurt one of my knees in late August, and it was really painful. Luckily, nothing was broken or anything like that, but super painful because I landed right on my kneecap, right on a concrete floor, and it was a pretty hard fall. So anyway, I just kind of took it easy and was healing slowly from that. Could still feel that it's not totally healed up, but I did pretty good, I would say, into late summer and into the fall. And then in the middle of December, I actually had another little mishap, and I injured my back pretty badly. Again, thankfully nothing was broken or anything like that, but it really sidelined me for really a whole month. I really just needed to be lying still as much as I could and resting as much as humanly possible, which is what I did. And what happened as a result of that, I found myself just wanting to do very little. I really wanted to sleep a lot. I wanted to rest and allow my body to heal. And given that it is winter here, I am not as busy doing things outside, not as physically active outside as I normally would be in the warmer months. And so winter is a fantastic time to slow down, relax, do less, really go in, nurture your body, mind, heart, soul, spirit, all of that. It's really the best time of year to do that. And if we are following nature and the cycles of nature, then nature and the outside surroundings are really inviting us to slow down and go inward. And if we look at the garden and the plants, things are pretty quiet. Things aren't growing. Starting in the fall, the flowers are withdrawing their energy from the tops, the flowers and the leaves, and they're pulling their energy down into the root structure. So that's if they are perennials and they'll be back next year. They pull their energy down and they go deep within the earth, and they're laying low and being quiet and doing some restoring, just kind of hanging out, chilling. The trees are doing that in their own way. They've lost their leaves, most of them. Not all, but most of them have lost their leaves. And they're going within too. The energy is really deep within the earth. So if we follow the cycles of nature, like our ancestors used to do, then we're more likely to slow down ourselves in the winter, do less, not be so in all the hustle and the bustle and the chasing and the rat race and all the activities. It's colder, so a lot of us are wanting to be indoors and stay warm. I know that there's loads of people that love winter sports and like to be outdoors, and that's different. But I'm just talking about in general, just staying home, being cozy, and nourishing yourself. So the reason that I'm sharing all of this is because even with my second fall in December, I was really resisting slowing down and resting. I was really fighting it. I just thought I've got things to do, I have projects, I have ideas, I have things to implement. I really just can't take this time to relax. But my body was really asking for that, and almost, I'm not going to say screaming, but for lack of a better word, talking pretty loudly and asking me to slow down. So, I, through some other things that had come up, I was really noticing how limited I was in my physicality and in moving. And I realized that I absolutely needed to not only slow down, but I needed to reach out for support. Excuse me, I'm just going to cough. And I was sick last week, so that was another opportunity for rest. So I've been getting some regular energy and body work. I've been getting regular acupuncture and regular chiropractic treatments, which has really changed a lot and really, really helped quite a bit. So I'm continuing with that because I'm just starting. Definitely noticing a difference, definitely noticing more energy. I'm noticing more movement in my body, more flexibility. And it's really interesting for anyone that has experienced either of those modalities or any kind of energy work, in that once you start something and you're doing it regularly, for me, my body started to become, or I started to become much more aware of all the different places that were tight and that I had been neglecting and not paying attention to over the course of many years. So as more energy is opening the body up, it was also shining light on where there were patterns of contraction and stuckness and things like that. So what else do I want to share about that? And if anybody is, joining us live or watching the replay, feel free to say hi. Or if you're doing the replay, let me know that you're watching it, and happy to answer any questions if you might have them. So in getting quiet and in the course of slowing down and getting some much needed care, that when I look back, my body had been hurting for quite a while. And when I say a while, like a couple, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 years, like pretty much hurting. And I was doing different things, but kind of piecemealing it, just having a session here or there, not really focusing really intently on my nutrition and what I was eating. So eating really good some days and then not so good other days. So again, the slowing down, and if anybody is out there listening and you're in this place or maybe have been in this place, you will understand what I'm talking about. We don't always want to slow down. We always think that we should be moving, that we should be producing, that we should have something to show for our day, for our week, for our life, accomplishments. And we can't always be producing. Again, I'm going to go to nature. Nature does need to take a break. The sun isn't shining 24 hours a day in the same place. Yes, it is shining 24 hours a day, but not in the same place. So it's telling us that we also need to rest. So that's been what's been going on. And another thing that I think is important to share is I'm about 3 weeks into my treatments with both a chiropractic team and an acupuncturist. And like I said, I'm noticing small incremental changes. I'm feeling better after each session. I'm also feeling very tired because there's a lot shifting and moving and changing, and I'm needing to integrate the work. But I found myself this week thinking I should be farther along. I've been going for 3 weeks now. Not that I feel like I'm at the end of it, but I really was forcing it in my mind, thinking I should be farther along in this process. I should be feeling like 50% better instead of I'm feeling about 10 or 20% better. And I know better than that. I'm just going to flat out say that. I know that this is a process and it takes time. And there are times when I have clients come to work with me and they have one issue or several issues that they want to work on, or there's just years and layers of experiences and emotions. And I'm just here to tell you guys, sorry to burst the bubble out there, that healing work is very powerful. I believe that you can have like a miracle and an instant shift and a quantum shift. But sometimes things take time. We have to kind of go slowly. And if you're dealing with a health issue that goes back, say 20 years or even 10 years, then the body's going to need a certain amount of time to unravel that and heal that. So have I seen shifts in an instant? Absolutely. Have I experienced instant healing? Absolutely. And then there is, for some of us, there's that process of doing the work day in and day out. So it's not a quick fix. And when people have been carrying a lot of pain in their body or in their emotions or in their mind, meaning just patterns of stuckness, limiting beliefs, and some of these things are so ingrained and so entrenched from when we were little, from our family upbringing, from things we picked up in school, even just being out in society, we might have picked up a new limiting belief that we didn't have 2 years ago or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So it takes work to really look at it, be aware of it, put your consciousness there, dismantle it, release it, let it go. Again, can it be done quickly? Absolutely. If you're ready, if you really can just go right at it, it can absolutely move really, really quickly. But I'm just here to say that a lot of us, we move at a slower pace. There's steps in between that we need to do. So as much as I would like to, and I say this to people all the time, I wish I could wave a fairy wand over you, psh, boop, like fairy godmother, and take all the pain away. But it doesn't always work like that. And I've known for a long time that regular body maintenance, regular care, even if it's just self-care, needs to be regular, needs to be something that we work on. So, to get a massage once a year, it feels awesome, but imagine getting a massage once a month or once every 2 months as a maintenance program, or having, preventative chiropractic care. Just, you're in a good place, but you want to keep feeling healthy. Preventative regular acupuncture or energy sessions like Reiki, or some of the other work that I do that helps to clear a lot of things that really are unconscious for a lot of people. So just throwing that out there as just a reminder that you don't just eat like once a week or once a month. You eat every day. You need to nourish your body every day. We don't need vitamin D, again, once a week or once a month. Ideally, we need it. We need a daily dose of vitamin D to be ultimately, optimally healthy. All of our cells need vitamin D. There's so many things that depend on that in the body. So that's my little update. I'll continue to share about my journey, and I'm going to spend maybe another 3 to 5 minutes talking about quantum frequency numbers. And I've done card pulls before for people. I'm not going to do card pulls tonight. I did pull a card. I am going to share that with you, and I'm going to invite you to tap along with me. Numbers have a frequency similar to how a crystal has a frequency and an energetic vibration behind it and healing energy to it. So let me show you. This is a really beautiful card, and I will read what's on the back. So the topic for this card is called is Energy Booster. And there's a sequence of numbers that I'm going to share with you, and we're going to tap right in the center of our chest. If you want to tap along with me as I'm saying it, just repeat the numbers after me. This is to help your brain and body with an energy boost. So the intention behind this number frequency is to blast away negativity, and in its wake flows all the positive vibrations. So I'm going to say that again. Blasts away negativity, and in its wake flows all the positive vibrations. So what I'm going to do is read off a series of numbers, and I'm going to tap right just in the center of my chest here, just like this. And you'll hear me pause a little bit, so when I pause, you can pause too. And I'm going to tap, let's see, I'm going to tap 4 times with this. So I just want you to see how you're feeling now, and then notice how you feel afterwards. That's sort of the point of doing something like this, is to create an energetic shift in the body. And you can just hold the intention that what the aim is to increase energy in our brain and our body, a little boost. So the number is 3333 2 5 5 5 5. And I'm going to say it 3 more times, and you can just repeat after me. 3333 2 5 5 5 5. 3333 2 5 5 5 5. And one more time. You can also tap on the top of your head. I like to sometimes do that, although tapping in the chest works just as well. So last time, 3333 2 5 5 5 5. And then you stop. You can put your hands like over your heart if you'd like, to just sort of bring the energy in more and ground. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then just check in and see if you feel any different, any better, any lighter, if you have a little more energy anywhere in your body. I do. I was feeling a little, not at 100% for sure when I started. I was probably feeling at like 50% of my energy level, and I feel a lot better. I feel like I'm like at 80%. Yeah, I felt like a 30% kind of bump in my energy level with that. So part of this is tapping. Part of it is that. But we are tapping with the intention of the number. So if anybody, has followed along with me and wants to leave a comment, see if there was a shift for anyone with that, I would love to hear that. I think what I'm going to start doing is maybe alternating between flower essence information and the frequency numbers, because I think they're both really, really powerful, and I use both when I work with people. I may, do a card or a couple of cards during a session or at the end of a session to close out the session, and many times I am recommending people do a flower essence after a session with me or in between sessions. They're just very, very powerful tools, very gentle tools, very easy tools for people to continue on their healing journey. So in between sessions, you can use your flower essence, or you can do some tapping with the cards. So I will leave it at that for tonight, and I'll check in again next week and maybe do both. I'm not sure. I might do a flower essence, some information, or maybe another tapping with some frequency numbers. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.